Hey guys, so the very first TA video I did was a little over a month ago, and this was the thumbnail for it. It says Fantom's getting ready, and this was done on June 21st. And you'll see here, basically at this point in time, the price was in the process of breaking out of this downsloping resistance line. Now, let's look where it is today. So let's go over here. So we broke out, we went up a little bit, and we came all the way back down. And where we are right now, we're retesting this long trend here. I'll switch to the weekly so you can get a better look. So if you want to trade Fantom, I suggest maybe marking this line on your chart. This is a very important line. So right here was the resistance level, and it was support here, and now it's support right here. So this is a long serving level on the Fantom chart since over 3 years ago. And right now, okay, so we broke out and we just came back to retest. And as you see on the weekly right here, we're forming a doji indecision candle. This is typically known as kind of like a reversal candle. So the buyers and sellers are just kind of having a little fight right here at the long-term support level. Okay, so if you're going to trade Fantom, in addition to drawing that this long-term upsloping support line, there's a few other lines you should draw. This one actually isn't really important anymore since we've already passed that, so I'll just delete that. There's a line right here. Actually, when you draw your lines, prioritize drawing them on the weekly chart. So let's zoom out, and even better yet, actually, okay, so this line right here, this horizontal support line. So you see where these two candle bodies kind of line up, you have the wicks that come up. Draw it right there, because as you see, the price is really respecting this line. Look what happened right here. So we sold all the way down, but before the weekly candle can close on Sunday evening, it got bought up. It got bought up, and then the candle body closed above this horizontal line. So this is a very important level that the buyers and sellers are basically fighting to either attack or defend. And you see what happened right after this. Once we had that bullish weekly candle close, and we salvaged this dump, the next week it skyrocketed, right? So keep that in mind. And also, if I pull this back a bit, you'll see that it served as a support level for almost 2 months straight right here. And again, it was a support right here where the bulls would fight to defend it. So you had this long wick down, and the candle body closed above it again here. So that level that you want to mark out, just use this as the guidance right here. But the level is about 0.3897. So you want to mark that level out. Okay, so another level that you can draw on the chart is this. So basically, remember, 3 touches is a valid trend line. So if we draw from the top here and we come down, we have 3 touches right here. So these are the levels that if you're going to trade Fantom, I suggest you draw on your chart. Could be this one right here too, but I don't think that's in play anymore unless we break this and we come back down. Okay, so I'm going to change the chart now, and here I have the levels drawn out. There's also one up here. It's so far away, but if the price breaks through all these resistance levels and makes its way back up here, then that is that range starts at around $1.08. Up to $1.17. So this range is also going to be significant if the price can go up to it. Okay, so for a potential trade opportunity here, I've already marked it out, and this is on a weekly time frame. So essentially, since we have this long-term level of support, I would anticipate that that's going to hold, especially since we're forming a doji candle right here. So if theoretically I was going to enter a trade right here, I would place my stop loss just below it. So I'm not risking that much for a large potential gain. So the target, if you wanted to be very conservative, you can target right here. So this previous high, you can target that. If you wanted to be a little bit more risky, you wanted to get a higher return, you can move that up. So let's say, okay, so let's say I just did the conservative target. I would risk 7.79% to potentially gain 22%. That's a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 2.92. So for every $1 I'm risking, I could potentially gain. If the trade plays out, I can get $3. Okay, if you wanted to, if you get to this point and the price action is looking strong, what you could do is you could just move your stop loss higher, and then you can set your take profit to wherever this downsloping resistance line is at the time. So let's say if this kind of moves around for a bit, and let's say by the time we get up, the price is right here, then that would be a 38% gain. So let's just say if you wanted to target all the way up here where this downsloping resistance line and this horizontal resistance kind of intersect, they converge right here, that would give you a 50% gain based on 7.79 risk. Now, as you can see, it's possible for a wick to come down here and then the body close above. So even if I wanted to have a very loose stop loss here, and I put my stop loss below this previous wick, I would risk 18% to get 50%. Again, that's a pretty good risk-reward ratio. It's almost 1-3. So on the long-term weekly chart, that's a potential trade that's setting up right now. Let's see if you wanted a shorter time frame trade. Let's take it to the 1 hour. And when I'm looking for these short-term entries, what I like to do is I have an indicator on here. It's called price action concepts. So I'll flip that on. And this marks out the previous day high and the previous day low. And as you can see, we went from the previous day low all the way up to the previous day high here. And then we formed a little doji and we're getting rejected from it. But if the price comes back to the previous day high, that's a potential level to look for a short at, and that's at about 25 cents. But shorting right now, even on a short term, guys, be careful because the long term looks like it's at a potential turnaround point because the long term upsloping support line and we're forming a doji at it could be a potential double bottom type scenario. So I would actually personally just look for long opportunities considering where we are in the higher term time frame. So when you're trading on the lower time frames, you always have to be aware of what's happening on the higher time frames, right? So always look at the weekly, get a good idea of what's happening on a weekly, mark your major levels on the weekly, and then when you trade short term, you can see like, okay, well, we're at a potential support, significant support on the weekly. So therefore, on these smaller time frames, I'm just going to look for long positions, right? Okay, so now I'm going to switch this and I'm going to get this overlay on. And this is called a smart trail. And essentially it's a dynamic level of support and resistance. So here I am on the 1 hour. And as you see, as the price approaches it from below, it'll act as a resistance. And oftentimes it'll just get rejected from there. So what I like to do is when the price comes up, if I notice like a doji, so right here, for example, I saw a doji, I can enter a short and place a stop loss just above this resistance level and then try to see where it's going to go. Now, ideally, if I go to the 4 hour, let's just see what's happening here on different time frames. So we're below it on the 4 hour. So keep in mind that this is going to usually serve as a level of resistance. So make note of where those are if you're trying to trade. Okay, so on the daily, we have support. So we're supported by this smart trail on the daily now, which is a good sign. So you see, actually, it just works so consistently. You see here, we came up on the daily and then we started forming all these long wicks. The price was trying to get above it, but it got rejected until eventually it broke out. But yeah, so we're sitting. So it's good to note that we are on support by the daily smart trail, and also, I mean, more significant than the smart trail is obviously this, because I mean, most people don't have this indicator, the smart trail. It's a premium indicator. They're not looking at that, but I mean, pretty much everyone that's trading Fantom is aware of this long-term support level right here. It's the most significant line on the Fantom chart. So yeah, doji forming at the long-term support. This is a good opportunity. A lot of these altcoins, like for example, yesterday I looked at Algorand, and Algorand did a full retracement. It's sitting right on the a very significant support level, and also so is this one. Like this level has been in play for about 3 years now, and so many altcoins are like this, and the total 3 chart is also like this. Everything is just sitting on support. If Bitcoin dumped hard and these altcoins just got wrecked, I mean, that would really throw off these charts. Like that would be horrible. So, I mean, I don't know if the market makers really want to do that. I think they probably want to keep this stuff in play, So, yeah, I'm leaning more. I'm kind of bullish right now, like just because of where we are in the market cycle. Keep in mind, September tends to be a bearish month, historically. So we'll see how it plays out. It doesn't necessarily have to be bearish, but if you look at basically returns on Bitcoin price month by month, September is pretty much the worst month. But I don't know. I wonder if Bitcoin's going to crash, if the altcoins are going to hold their positions, right, just to maintain the structure. Because if this dumps down, this is going to be horrible. Maybe if we break this low all the way down here, 4 cents, I don't see it happening. Like over $3 to 4 cents. I think this probably holds, and I think we probably make our way back up to this range. Again, if the price does come up here, which is around 38 cents, that's a really great short opportunity. Maybe you can make some money on the way down here. But eventually, these lines are going to converge. It's going to come to an apex, and it's going to pick a direction. And I think just my thoughts are that it's probably going to break upwards, right? And then if it breaks upwards from this, and we blast through this line, get through this, then the upper target right here is going to be over a dollar, about $1.15, as I mentioned. And then from there, then we probably go into like the whole new cycle and make put in much higher highs than this, right? But yeah, just a update on Fantom. It's too bad. What a fake out, eh? Like it looked like we were breaking out here. Got my hopes up and then right back down. It's annoying. It's annoying, but you know what? If you're still here for the bull run, if you never experienced the bull run, it's a great feeling. And these prices just do astronomical gains. So don't get shaken out. I know the market makers are probably testing your patience right now. So yeah, just hold tight, guys. Or not financial advice. Do what you want, but I'm not. I'm definitely not selling at this point, right? By the way, I have a holding balance that I keep stored safely offline on a hardware wallet, and then I only trade with a small portion of that. I don't like keeping a lot of money on exchanges. So I have a trading balance and a holding balance, and what I earn from trading, I just move to my holding balance. And then maybe late 2024, maybe 2025, or in that range when we have the bull market, and you'll know when it happens. You'll feel extremely ecstatic. You'll get a feeling of euphoria. That's when I want to unload the majority of my altcoin holdings. I'll either maybe use it to buy real estate, shift it into gold, or put some in the stable coins. And if I'm going to hold a crypto during that period, I'll consolidate a lot of my altcoin holdings into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin in the bear market typically doesn't crash as much. Anyway, guys, if you're not subscribed, you might want to subscribe now if you want to be able to find this channel again, because this is a very new channel, and because of that, we're not really prioritized in the search engine. So if you search for a coin, you're only going to get the more established YouTubers that have about 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this analysis and you want more, I'm going to do about 2 or 3 different coins every single day. Then just subscribe. But when you subscribe, you have to hit the bell, and then select all. That way you'll actually be notified on your homepage when I release new videos. All right, guys, that's Fantom, and take care. Have a good day. Bye.